Flapping your gums with Vinny and Hessey. Yeah!
All right, guys, we are back. I think this is episode 12, so I think we're on it this time, like week to week, I do believe.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
As long as I can get it all edited out and sent on its way. Had a good week. Had some some good comments. Just kind of people some good feedback. Um, how'd your week go, bro?
It was cooler than I wanted it to be. I mean, you get like a few good warm days, and next thing you know, it's back to winter-ish weather. I was like thinking about putting on shorts while I made my deliveries one day, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do it just yet. And then next day, I was in a long sleeve shirt with our work vest. We got like a little thin vest we can put on that kind of keeps you warm stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I needed to wear it that day. It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, that just doesn't know when to. It's like seemed like it was gonna let go. Winter was gonna let go, but she came back. It started to.
Yeah.
We had a couple warm days here in Fallon, and I went to shorts and committed. Once I commit, I'm in. And then 2 days later, it was like 26 degrees in the morning, and the high of like 52 or something. So I was like, well, but I was already committed, so I went with it. I stayed with them all week. So yeah.
I didn't commit. We went to Vegas for spring break, and we went to their minor league baseball game, the Aviators out there, and the kids were like wearing shorts, and I had to go get blankets out of the car and gave my one son the hoodie so he can lay it over his legs. And yeah, it got a little cold watching that baseball game, but I'm like, man, this is Vegas. It's supposed to be warm like all the time, but
Yeah,
it's a long winter. They said it. There's guys up there saying that it's been a long winter and a cold one for them too. So
yeah, for sure. It's
I mean,
been that way across the board. It seems like over here in the West Coast.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of good, so we don't have that huge. I mean, there is a little bit of flooding going on in Utah right now, up north and stuff like that. But the slower, I guess, the warm up, the better. So keep our fingers crossed.
Slow the cook off of that snow for sure. We're
Yeah.
we're a big old push on flooding and all that stuff. So my voice, if it sounds weird, that would be thanks to this weekend, the Power Stroke Partner Throwdown. So we just we did that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that was pretty rad. I did not compete in it. We had just so I could help run around and be like the head judge and kind of help run it. So we had it here in Fallon at the 3C Center, our arena, 3C Arena. So it's like this new big venue they built for all kinds of events. It's huge. If you go on like YouTube or on Bookface, you can see on there on Power Stroke. They'll have pictures and stuff, and it's a big venue. It's cool. The people that went there were like, "Oh man, this feels like a big, like a huge event,
Yeah.
like a professional type stuff."
That's good.
So
Yeah, you sent me that picture with the artificial turf in there. That was
so
pretty
they
sweet
put
looking.
artificial turf in, and those guys laid. They came in and laid down the mats, put all the mats, and then
Right.
American Standard comes in and builds like a mobile rig. And dude, it's a
Nice.
huge mobile rig. I think it's like 60 feet wide, and it looked tiny inside that arena. I mean that
Really?
Yeah, that place is made for like having rodeos, and bull riding, and whatever you want. And so it's a big venue.
That's
But
good. How many teams did you have?
72 teams.
72
Yeah.
teams.
72 teams.
It's 72 times 2 people. That's a lot of athletes right there.
Yeah. We had a lot of athletes. We had a lot of people come. We had huge vendors that were there. A bar. I mean, Twisted Branch came and did a bar, and then they had like tons of just different primitive and all that stuff. And a lot of CrossFitter people would know who all those guys are. Grit and all that stuff. But it was cool, man. It went so it started out. The city of Fallon and stuff put a huge amount of money and support the mayor was there and all that stuff, and so they were. I'm gonna get me a cough drop here. This is rough. That would be from all the yelling and screaming I did running around that place like a chicken with my head cut off. Uh,
Right.
so it was. So the mayor was there and stuff. So it was cool because it started out like Friday night. They had a full dinner, and I mean like it was a good one. They had prime rib or not prime rib. Sorry, tri-tip chicken. So it was like a full on like something you'd want to eat before a competition. Some protein, some carbs, that kind of stuff. Not like burgers and different things like that you'd want to go yak up in the morning when you start working out.
Right.
So full on catered. The C3 has a catering service now that they do and all that stuff. So it was cool. So all the athletes, and that was all paid for. So they all got to come to that. Athletes, volunteers, judges. So then we did that. What was cool is they had to check in, and it was like you had to come up to the table, and Tasha and a couple other girls were there, and they would check your team in, and then you got a duffel bag, like a full on uh,
Swag
swag
bag.
bag, and
Yeah.
it's a nice gym
Nice.
bag, and you take that gym bag, and then you go down the row, and they have all these tables set up, and it's got all your
Okay.
swag. So you get to go pick your shirt. You get your shirts and your hats. They had black hats, black with the gray. And so the athletes all had black,
Yeah.
and the volunteers got the white ones. So
Nice.
then they got all these. They got shirts and gift cards and lanyards, and it was like a whole thing that they got to walk through. And they got tattooed their, the partner throwdown thing on them. There was somebody at the end doing their little tattoo,
Nice.
like number type thing, that they do. It was
Right.
rad. So then they got to do all that. Then we did dinner, and then the event kicked off Saturday morning. So went all day Saturday, and then all day today. So it was a banger,
That's long
dude.
days,
Yeah,
man.
it was a banger.
That's long days.
Huge turnout. I think they're gonna book the arena again for next year. So anybody out there that's listening and stuff, be ready for it. It'll be in April, middle of April, or third weekend of April, or something like that. And it's
That'd be
it's only
sweet.
going to get bigger, and we can always just make it larger. You know what I mean? So it's super
Right.
cool. Everybody was rad, like all the CrossFit people that were involved in it, and Reno Powerhouse and all that stuff, and Stimulus Unknown, and just different things like that. And I don't know them all. Nevada Upstate, all those guys, because if there's so much equipment, so it's like it's something no gym has that amount. So it's cool that other
Right.
gyms just are like, sure, yeah, you come borrow it up, load it up, and haul it over there and do all that stuff. So it was cool. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to the athletes, dude. I mean, they put it out there. Sweeney does some programming, as everybody knows, and so it was some stuff, and it's not just like for CrossFit Games athletes, you know. So it was like they were super cool with how they ran the the initial parts of it. So Saturday coming into the Sunday event, it was hard. Of course, it was some banger workouts, and then the final was just slam your dick in the dirt, dude. Like just get after it. And so that's nothing like that. Just going a day and a half, or fitness, and then just be like, here's the final. Now you made it to the final. Now it's time to show what you can do.
Now,
Here's you some
man.
skills that like echo bike, 185-pound snatch, and then into handstand walking, bring muscle ups. Like, yeah, it was legit. It was cool.
All in the final.
Mhm.
Wow. That's a lot of movements right there in one workout.
Oh yeah, it was cool.
That's really good.
Yeah, it was a fun deal.
That's way good.
We had some good times.
Well, it sounds like a fun-filled weekend for you.
It was busy, for sure. For sure.
That's great.
All right, so that's how
I have
my
a few
weekend went.
comments.
So
You want to go?
how did? Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Let's hear it.
Well,
Back to, and I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you on this, but this has to do with the comp. So we called out you guys to hit us up and subscribe on our YouTube so we could get subscriptions, because YouTube says that if you get 50 subscribers, then you can put in and do live stream. So Vinny and I were going to do a live stream deal of at the throwdown. And so
Right.
shout out again to you guys. You guys jumped on there, knocked us up over 50, which was super
Yeah.
cool. I get on there
That day.
and it's like, oh yeah, you can do a live stream, but you got to use your computer or laptop with a webcam.
With the webcam.
And so I was
Not just the laptop cam. You had to have a separate webcam.
Suppose you got, so it's, I don't know, better quality or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see about that. But I was like, you have to do a 24-hour thing, and then they send you a notification when it's ready to go live stream. But I could never get it to go mobile live stream. And so I was like, dude, I don't know what's going on with this thing. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And so I'm just like, dude, what in the world? 1,000? Like, so apparently YouTube doesn't care about us little guys trying to make it big, trying to get it. So
right, and having your laptop and computer and power and all that stuff set up at that arena with the dirt and the kids and 100 athletes there. I mean, that just wasn't safe for your laptop to be just hanging out.
There was just your view of it would be terrible. Yeah. You know what I mean? It'd just be like, how would we wouldn't be able to communicate,
No.
And then it would just be set up over in the corner and you'd be looking at something 50 feet away. Nobody wants that in their life.
No, you can't zoom in or anything with that. No,
I'll just wave when I run by, yelling when I'm running by, yelling at everybody.
You could put a sign up, just have people like, hey, if you want to talk to Vinny, just pick the headphones up.
No doubt. Here, just do a little. You could do some athlete interviews, dude. That'd be rad.
Do a little pop
so we could do that YouTube. You pull your head out of your asses and let us get on there with less than 1,000. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Yeah.
How you expect us to get big if we can't grow with you YouTube? So I'm not giving a shout out to YouTube. I'm calling you out. Let's get better. Do better. All right, what do you got? You said you got something.
Oh yeah, Mom made some comments the other day when she was over dropping off some Easter candy for the kids and stuff like that. She was asking she asked if you remembered when we lived in one of the old houses out there. She's like, does Sean remember we paid him $5 to go under the house to find out what that smell was? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, dude, why would you even bring that? Oh, I remember that one. Dude, that was in the...
Well, she thought it was funny.
That was in the single wide.
It was in the single wide.
When we lived in the single wide. There was some smell coming up, and it wasn't after Vinny dropped the deuce in the toilet.
I didn't even live there.
Oh, well, maybe you just did a drive-by.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You never... Dude, you lived in the single wide.
I did.
Yeah, that's when it was.
But I don't think I was there when that
happened.
happened.
When it happened. So they had this smell, and it just... single wide trailers got a weird smell to them anyways. Plus we had a plethora of animals. I remember, didn't we used to have a couple cats and 2 dogs, 3 cats and something. All, I don't know.
We've always had some cats.
Yeah, Mom, the cat
dogs,
lady. Mom is
ducks.
straight up a cat lady now, and I think we should start to be worried.
Yeah, I mean, she does try to take them down and get them taken care of because people just drop them off out at the farm.
When he says taken care of, that doesn't mean killed.
No, she goes and gets them fixed through some program so they don't multiply.
That's super cool. Congrats! I think it's so cool that the vet
they go through 50 pounds of cat food a week.
Yeah, so I'm like, good job. I'm glad that they're not out there procreating, but. Dude, so my mom has a ton of them to begin with. And then people drop them off because it's a farm, so they just do a drive-by, toss them out the window. My mom gets them, they get fixed and all stuff, and she don't get rid of them. So they go through
they go to
hundreds
Costco
of dollars a month, I would say, in cat food.
Dude.
Easy.
I'd probably say roughly 6 bags.
So it's
I don't know.
300
It could be
pounds of
less.
cat food.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Every time they go to
Like there needs to
Costco,
be an intervention coming up, I think, if she keeps it
they're like,
up.
"Oh, the bearings are going out on the car, and I don't know why."
Yeah, yeah. When they
Like the
start
last time
taking the
they,
pickup, going, well, we got to get cat food. Yeah, then we're definitely got to do an intervention, Mom.
I remember him getting those stepping stones from Costco that had the little uh, design
Oh,
on them. Remember they were in the
like
Cadillac.
pavers.
They had little pavers,
Yeah,
like 12 by 12
yeah,
pavers or 10 by 10
yeah.
pavers. They were using for a walkway. Yeah, the bearing went out in the rear of the Cadillac. They had a
And
tire
that thing had air ride,
go out on
dude.
that
You'd
trip.
throw the stuff in there, and
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
even air it up. And it was, yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe started hauling pavers. Now they're hauling cat
yeah.
food.
So, Mom, quit getting cats, or we're gonna have to do an intervention So if you listen to this one, heads up.
Yeah, she's gonna listen to this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was trying to
Oh,
remind me of all the
so
stuff that we could talk about.
yeah. So that
Go ahead.
story was the cat, and it was
Yeah, that's how that cat came. That's how this story came up. Oh yeah, keep going.
so they had the
Finish
smell.
your story, and I'll tell you why that
They had
story
the
came up.
smell, and they're like, "Oh, go up, crawl up.
Yeah.
You're smaller because I was a little scrawny, dude." They're like, "Climb up underneath here and look and see what the smell is." And I was like, "Oh," and I mean, it was rotten, nasty death smell. Like it wasn't like, "Oh, I'll just kind of sniff around and see what you could see." No, no, they pull that plastic trim off the bottom or whatever, and it is straight up funk, dude. Just like hits you in the face. So I'm like, there's no way. And so here I am. I'm pretty sure I had like dad's turnouts or what are they called? Coveralls?
His coverall, insulated
No, I
coveralls.
don't know if they were insulated, but either way, they were coveralls.
Okay.
Then I had a respirator with like click in
Oh geez, had the
filters
filters and
in
everything.
it and some goggles
Yeah.
on, and I think they put like a beanie on and then gloves that were too big, and so they had to like tape them or
Probably
something, dude.
snowmobile gloves.
And I go crawling up underneath this thing, and it is a rotted, bloated, oozing cat that had crawled up. You know, like them trailers got that black plastic with like the insulation, kind of like for the flooring,
Right.
You know, the
Yeah.
quality stuff, and
Yeah.
that high dollar. And so I'm pretty sure it still had the axles on it too, dude. So I was like climbing up through the axles, and there this thing is just staring me in the face, dude. Just like, it was nasty, dude. Stuff.
It was $5,
Yeah,
dude.
$5.
It was good
Just check that
$5.
maggot infested oozing cat out, dude. $5.
That's
I could
rough.
think of a lot better stuff to do.
But that's how that story got, was because Mom had listened to the story about the blow dart, and she was like, I didn't know anything about that until she heard us talk about it. So
For those listening, that is not this related story. That is not the cat that we blow darted.
it's not the same cat. No, it's not the same cat. But my mom and I were
Yeah.
talking. Mom and I were talking about cats. So then she was like, "Well, did Sean tell you about this other cat story?" And I'm like, "No." So that's where that came from for her. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
that was a comment.
That was
Yeah.
go get it. It was a good one.
Mom's trying to remind us of all the bad things we did. We did sparklers with the remote control Jeep, apparently.
Yeah, I think we lit the field on fire next to the.
I'm pretty sure.
So that
yeah.
was that one. Yeah, that was not intentional, of course. But they were. If I remember that one right, they were out of town, and we weren't supposed to be doing the sparklers or something. And so we had a great idea.
We did a lot of
to
things.
stick them on that remote control Jeep, the red one. And
Yeah.
we went remember that? We went bombing it, and
that was a high-powered one. It was a
fast
good one.
And it hit the weeds.
Yeah, it was.
It went out off, and it hit the weeds. You know that field, that field south of that trailer, and it caught that. It caught all that little yellow wheatgrass stuff looking. It caught that on fire. We got it out. Remember, we were taking the buckets and we were throwing buckets over there, running them.
No harm, no foul.
Running them across the street and dumping buckets. We were like old school firemen, dude. Maybe that's how I became a fireman.
That's exactly why.
Most pyros become firemen, right? Or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. You have to Google that if anybody's listening.
No.
So I remember like we took, I think, the dog's bucket, and we were just like bucketing them over, throwing them. But then you can't hide it. Here come
No.
mom and dad rolling home from a ski, sinners. And they look over in the fields. There's a 50-foot black
Black
scorch
spot.
mark in the field next to us. And like, oh, wonder what the boys were doing. Yeah, you can't deny that one.
Yeah, that was a ton of
I'm
fun.
pretty sure
But yeah,
so.
those are the comments I got so far.
Nice.
So
I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
if I get more, I'll let you know.
I like it. Yeah, so going on. I don't know. I just kind of took some note. Like, so we haven't talked to them about coyotes lately, but over here in Nevada, the government's trying to put in some when we were talking about dead cats and stuff, kind of made me think about it. No, the two relate. I guess coyotes eat cats, so there's that. I'm just saving.
It works.
I don't even like cats, and I'm saving people's cats from getting eaten by coyotes every winter.
That's right.
You're welcome. And so, the government trying to stop them here, like the derbies. So you can't go out and have no more derbies. And coyote derbies, for anybody that doesn't know, probably most of our quite a few probably of our listeners, but for sure the overseas, the other country, them listeners, I don't think that they have anything remotely like that. So if you are able to email us, I don't know how it works. Some countries don't allow you to do it, I don't think, but send us an email and tell us what you, I guess, hunt, do. Like, what do you do on something like this? So a coyote derby is people go and you pay money to compete against other teams, possibly. Usually it's two-man teams, three-man teams, and you go hunt coyotes for whatever it may be. It could be 24 hours, could be 36 hours. I don't know that there's a 48-hour tournament. There may be. I've never done them. Some of them really tick me off because I think there's a lot of pre-planned stuff, kind of setups, and because there's money involved, and usually that it brings the worst out in people for the most part when it comes to that stuff. But these derbies, basically, teams come out, they go out and hunt all night. You check in, then you go hunt all night, all day. Have to check back in the following night or the other, the opposite morning, 24 hours later, or whatever it may be, with how many coyotes you have. And then if you have the most or the heaviest dog or the smallest dog or a black coyote, they usually put a black bounty one out there. It's like $1,000 or something if you ever get one, because they're just so few in between. And so so Nevada, and I don't know if this is in Utah, you can answer that, is they don't want you to do it anymore. So you basically can't have derbies because it's promoting, and there's so many coyotes, it doesn't really, if you didn't do it, they would just, I think I've read it somewhere, that if you don't kill off like 65% of them in a year, and somebody could look this up. I either read it or watched it on I don't know, somewhere online or whatever, that they'll run rampant like mice. If not, because they can just populate, and they're so good about living, staying alive, that kind of stuff. But it's pretty wild.
You haven't heard anything about any of that here in Utah. I think the derbies are still good, but I mean, if more states start doing it, then there'll be a lot of pressure on the states that aren't to start doing it. But
yeah, well,
I don't know. You did one not too long ago and weren't that happy with it.
Yeah,
so.
I probably won't do one again, so it doesn't really affect me in that part of it. But then it just kind of gets the government starts getting their hands in more stuff, because then what does it come to? Well, then you can't, they're just kind of having more stuff to be able to.
I know we talked about it. I think you said if they start doing derbies, then like these bass fishing tournaments and stuff like that, like where's it going to end?
Yeah, because you're making money on fishing and bringing fish and hauling fish back in.
Yeah, those guys have sponsors.
Only make
and they
them
have everything,
just do like catch and release or something. But then it's like, then you start getting into that, like, well, did they or didn't they? Or, who knows? It's pretty crazy.
Right.
Like
Every
but I did
boat will have to have a judge.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, there goes. Yeah, I did read though. It's cool. Like North Carolina was doing this thing that they tag coyotes, so they go out and probably wildlife management. They go out and and catch them. So live catch a coyote, and then
Yeah.
they'll take and tag them,
Right.
and then let them and release them. And then if you're
Nice.
out hunting them, then this is where like the promoting of coyote hunting, because there's just so many of them and they're causing problems. Then you go and hunt and you get a tagged one, you get a hunter's license for life. And you can also, if you're old, like you or I, you know what I mean? Like we're not, I mean, we're old, but not super old, but our kids are younger. You can not take it and gift it to them. And so they'll
Oh,
have,
that's good.
yeah, so they'll have their hunting license for life. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. I mean, I've like seen videos. I mean, like you said, I mean, they're just running they're running down the streets of Arizona and, Texas, stuff like that, where they're just cruising right down the road. Vegas, I think they're even in Vegas, just running right down the road. Guys are videoing them out their car. It's like, here they are. I mean, all they're doing is going around and making havoc on, your
Yeah,
pets and
let your Shih
stuff
Tzu
like that.
out.
Little
Let your
kids.
Shih
Yeah.
Tzu out to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden it's getting picked up and hauled over the fence.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's something that needs to be kind of taken both ways, but there does definitely need to be, you gotta keep them down, because there's nothing else out there that's going to really keep them down.
Yeah, not fast enough, anyways, because they're pretty wily.
Right, and if they're going to be going into towns and they're going to be in trash cans in people's backyards, you're not going to get a lot of mountain lions going after them.
No,
That's not the mountain lions' normal hunting grounds, or that kind of stuff. So,
I wonder if
but
yeah,
yeah,
I wonder
coyotes are
if
scavengers.
yeah, and I wonder, do lions eat coyotes?
I don't know. It's the only one I could think of that would.
Yeah, but I mean, is it? That would be. I don't know. That's something to
And they may
figure
not
out.
eat them. They may not do it for eat them. They may do it more for territorial type stuff. Because I mean, if the coyotes are all in there eating all of their food, they're going to be trying to get rid of the coyotes that are killing, their rabbits and their
Yeah,
small game that they want to eat. So
yeah,
I think it's more of a territory
territorial
thing.
thing. That could be. I would
Yeah.
agree with you on that for sure. It'd be interesting because I don't.
What, I said something smart? Did I say
You're
something smart?
smart, dude.
Man,
I've never.
this is great. No, I didn't say.
Yeah, because I've never like gone up and seen like where cats have been or like a den and stuff like that. I could never say I saw like coyote uh, skulls or anything. Not saying that they, like you're
No,
saying, territorial, they would go down and kill them and leave them,
probably.
instead of bringing them back, because they probably don't want
Right.
to eat those nasty things.
Dude.
I've skinned them, dude. They're nasty. Them things stink, dude.
They eat
They get
everything
into
and
some
anything.
stuff for sure.
Oh, dude,
There's
it's
some
oof.
booty eaters for sure.
It's rough.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's my opinion on that one.
I like it.
What do you think of the goatee?
I do like it, dude. Looks good.
Mhm.
It's dark.
Yeah, it's dark
Did you put some color in
and
there? Oh,
white.
there it is. When you're
No,
sitting back like
no,
that, it
there.
looks like you may put some of that just for men in there. No,
No,
yeah, I can see
no.
it. Yeah,
Good gosh,
hey,
no.
I just don't. I just don't know whether there's people use that.
They
Yeah,
do. They do. I don't know. It's just, let it go. It's what it is.
it's
You are what you
platinum.
are.
Platinum. I like to call it platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've been platinum for a minute.
dude, I've been platinum a long time. Dude,
I think you're platinum before I
oh
was.
yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. I want the whole thing, dude. I want that
It's
whole.
getting
I
there.
know. I just hurry up.
Get that Santa
Yeah, I
beard
want the
going.
whole white, dude, just all white, just bald with a white beard, dude. That'd be solid.
That'd be
Oh
nice.
man, it'd be so fun.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
It would. I don't know if I'll ever get there.
No,
Really.
well, you're dark old hair, dude. It's as dark as that shirt behind you.
Dude. Yeah. The rhino dip shirt back
Yeah,
there.
that is it standing on its own, probably too, huh? It's just sitting on the shelf back there.
Just
Oh, yeah,
stood
dude.
it up.
There was a comment about your
Stood it up.
backdrop, but I didn't know if we want to bring that up.
I'm trying. No, that's what I've got the shirt
I
up
like it.
here. I've got
Dig.
the
Yeah, CrossFit
CrossFit cowboy
Cowboy.
hat.
Get on it. Get on that programming, people. Cowboy Way
Hey, you guys
athlete.
check out CrossFit Cowboy Way.
Yeah, the Cowboy athletes.
Cowboy
yeah.
Way.
I think there'll be probably a few from this comp. There was a couple that were hitting him
No,
up. Some
good.
of them guys were like, "Hey, like we're wanting to get
Well, it's
serious
good.
about it."
He needs to get some more on there. I heard. Did they announce something at lunch on Saturday?
Was it Saturday? Yeah,
I don't
it
know. I
was
just saw it
Saturday.
on
Yeah,
Bookface.
they're having another child, and they're having a boy. So congratulations,
Oh,
Sweeney.
we got another Sweeney coming, huh?
Dude, so that's what Emily said too. She's like, I'm terrified because we got another Sweeney that's going to be in the world. And so I think most people are terrified.
I'm picturing this 3-year-old doing like 95-pound front squats,
just
or snatches.
handstand
He's just gonna be
walking.
like doing
Just
snatches.
going around
Well, he's probably
handstand
gonna learn how to walk
walking.
on his
Yeah.
hands before his feet.
Hell yeah.
Sweeney does better on his hands than his feet anyway.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've never seen somebody be able to speed up and run with their hand doing a handstand walk, but he's one of them.
He's got some monkey
Oh
arms.
yeah, he does. Some long arms, dude. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
That is
Hey,
great.
there was
What else you got?
I did a thing. So I don't know. I was just thinking of. Remember how you were talking about bucket lists?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote that down.
Like going to Tom Segura was my bucket list.
So I just was like, oh, I'm gonna put that down. Like, what's your bucket list? Not necessarily you got to have them all right now or whatever, or like just thinking about it. Like what do you have on your bucket list? Like
Right.
is skydiving on your bucket list? Or is it just like, I
don't
would
know,
do it if it was
skydiving.
there?
Yeah, well, just like I rode in the NASCAR a few years ago. It's probably been about 6 years ago down in Vegas. I got to ride shotgun in that Richard Petty experience for the NASCAR, and it wasn't a bucket list, but it is. I'll write it on the bucket list and then check it off because that was a pretty cool experience.
That is rad.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't I was thinking because I was like, oh, bucket list. He was talking about that. Mine's more like not to go. I mean, of course, I would love to go to a Formula One race. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
that'd be epic. That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
So that's I guess like on a bucket list, but like for mine, it's more along too like it'd be rad to go hunt wolves. Or
of course,
a bear hunt.
Go on
or
an
a moose
Alaska
hunt,
thing,
or,
yeah.
Something of that sort. And I want to do it like go up and hunt it. Like I don't want to go to go somewhere and be like they're like, okay, they're like a hunting crew, or whatever, and you're like, cool. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna take you out.
Guide.
Yeah,
You mean it's a
yeah.
guide?
Well, I want to be guided, but in the
Right.
public lands, wilderness type stuff. Not, yeah, we're gonna take you on this hunt, and I'm like, cool. And they drive me out, and the feeder goes off, or they drive me out, and they're like, you're gonna set up right here and just wait because they come over here.
We've been watching
every
him for
evening.
a month,
Yeah.
and here he
Yeah,
comes.
we've been-
at 5:30. Set your watch.
We've
to
been
it.
feeding them and baiting them and whatever it may be because it's private. Not that wouldn't be cool also. You know what I mean? But like to go up and just like hunt something, and it's like one-on-one, mono.
You want the bear to walk up to you, smack the gun out of your hand.
Yeah, I
chase
don't know
you
about
down.
that part of it.
You gotta
dude.
stab it in the face so
Dude,
you don't
remember,
die.
You remember there was some old guy that lived in town who used to always say that to us. You're gonna kill a bear with your bare hands, dude. And that was just because we were getting bigger as kids. I think, like when we were in high school. I can't even remember who it was.
That'd be you and Kevin.
Yeah,
'cause
so
not me.
not Vinny.
No.
Vinny hasn't got there
Not
yet.
me.
He hasn't grown up yet to kill bears with his bare hands.
Oof.
So when Kevin and I got bigger, man, I wish I could remember who it was. I think maybe Brother Bagley or something, or Gillis. One of those. Is it Gillis?
Well, there's Gillis and Bagley.
So
Richard Bagley
maybe it
and
was one of them too.
Burt Gillis.
I can't remember.
I would go with Bagley.
Probably
I'd
so.
go with
He'd always
Richard
be like,
Bagley
"You're gonna
on
get
that
them
one.
bears, wrestle bears with bare hands." So the funny thing is, I have seen that by people who are like, "Oh, I would try to fight back. I could fight a bear or something." I'm like, "Have you ever seen two bears go at it? It is terrifying.
Yeah.
Dude. They're just like,
And we're only watching on
is
video.
and they could be 300-pound bears, and people are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know." I'm like, "Hello, first of all, that's 300 pounds for a small one. Like, I wouldn't.
And I
don't
think
care
somebody
if you
could do it.
No, not at all. Not a
If
chance.
survival.
Nope.
It would have to be pure
That thing
adrenaline,
has way
get
more adrenaline. It
lucky.
has a larger adrenaline gland than you got.
I know, but
Okay,
you'd have to get lucky.
homework for you. Go on you.
Oh,
I mean, I'd say YouTube, but I'm almost about not to. But except I got to put this video up on your platform. Thanks a lot. Anyways, go on there and just click bear fights.
I've seen
Holy jeez, dude, it is insane. Like I would just poop. Maybe they won't want to eat poop. Like just curl up in a ball and shit yourself. It's probably your best chance. They don't tell you that when you go out in the wilderness. They just say curl up in a ball and like play dead, like make yourself unaggressive or whatever. You better
Well,
start
you know what happens to
crapping.
people when they die,
You better start,
right?
yeah.
They just everything.
Yeah, well, you need to
just
do
leaves
that
their
while you're
body.
alive.
Like,
Yeah, so curl up in a ball and just start pushing. You better push a loaf out in a hurry, like power poop, dude. You better take a power poop in your pants. I mean, if you got to, reach in there and smear it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to smear it on the bear. I don't know. Maybe it'll work, dude. I can guarantee you I'm not a small person, and I would not fight a bear. Just throwing it out there. So if anybody has gotten in a bear fight,
is this on your bucket list?
to fight
No,
a
wait,
bear,
this is
to
not
hunt
on your
one,
bucket
not
list.
to.
That's right.
You said
Hunt
it,
one,
a
that's
bear to
right.
attack me, knock the gun out of my hand. That's where I was going. I was like, no, I don't want to get that
That's
close.
how you said up close and personal.
Yeah. And I mean in a couple 100 yards with a high-powered
Okay,
rifle.
what about another one on your bucket list? Is the hogs out of a helicopter?
I want to hunt anything out of a helicopter. Hogs, coyotes, bears, moose, people, whatever you got to have me get in a helicopter and do, I'm for you. I should have gotten the army.
All
I
right,
should have gotten the army
calm
or
down,
something.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, dude. I should have. Is that a movie he's on?
Yeah, what was it? I don't remember what it was.
I don't know. The Condemned. There was one of those with
No,
like
he did
Steve Austin or
wasn't
something.
it called The Game? There was one
I think
with
there's
the
like 10 movies out
Ice
there
Cube
where
called The
people are
Game.
hunting people, but
Yeah.
because like one is Condemned with like Steve Austin or something. It's like on a show. They like watch him. There's camera. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I think a helicopter would be rad. They all got you strapped in, and you're just dude. Good hats off to the servicemen, men and women, dude. You got some cool bucket list stuff.
Yeah. I got Venice. Venice is on my bucket list. That's
Is
a
that
destination.
Italy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, like a trip.
I think
So
it'd be
a trip
fun.
for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Trips are
Yeah,
definitely
go get on one of what is it, a gondola, and you go down the little
down the river.
rivers.
Yeah.
That's their roads.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can only imagine what a UPS truck looks like. It's
all
a brown boat.
It's just your boat with a pile of boxes in it.
A pile
And
of
you're all,
boxes.
they're all singing, and you're just sticking yourself down. Man, that'd be a slow delivery. Good grief.
That'd be a long day.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how good your arms would feel,
dude,
though?
you'd probably,
your
and then
arm-
what
you
you
have
do
some-
is drive up the thing and just, or row up to the thing and just flop it up on the deck, on the dock.
I don't know.
Dock. I guess it's a dock, not a deck, but oh yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Oh, one more thing, I gotta. This is probably not off course. Do you know what a snarge is?
I've never heard of a
Okay,
snarge.
so remember when you were talking to me? What was the word you said to me, and I had not a clue what that was.
I don't know.
No, what was it? It's like we were talking about taints or something, or no? Always when we were talking about gold bond. We were talking about gold bond. No, remember?
What the?
Remember
No.
you called it something. Like when if you got chafing or sweaty balls or something, and we were talking gold bond, you called it something.
Oh, swalls?
Swalls, that's the one. Dude, I've been trying to figure out swalls, and I was thinking swalls. So I gotta like relate the two. That's how I gotta try to remember. So I gotta think of like swalls, like in an ocean, like swalls. Isn't it swalls?
Or
Swells?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm way off, dude. Now I'm never gonna remember it. Dang it.
Swalls, sweaty balls.
Yeah, dude.
Swalls.
I don't know why I can't remember that one though. Swalls. Oh, people, swalls. Okay. So, and then I came up with this one. I was like, snarge. Now this one is
snarge with a G at the end.
Snarge.
Snarge.
Yeah. You want
Okay.
me to spell it?
No, you're good. SNARG.
E.
Okay.
I don't know that matters. I
SNARGE.
don't know why I said that. Probably doesn't matter. Yeah, something. I'm delirious.
I'm surprised you remember it.
Dude. Oh no, I put it in my notes, bro. Yeah, yeah, dude.
I had to write it down.
I'll forget. Damn it, this old mind of mine.
Oh gosh, here we go. What is it?
It's not even a guess. Huh? I would have never even known what it is. I didn't even know it was.
Did somebody tell you, Snarge?
Yeah. So I was listening to this thing, and they started talking about snarge, and I was like, snarge. I'm like, what in the world? So there's snarge, and then there's AGL. This might help you. I'm gonna ask you what AGL is,
Okay.
but it's just, you wouldn't, nobody would know it because I didn't know it either. Neither did they. They're like, what? So AGL is a acronym for above ground level.
Okay.
Right? So we're dealing with airplanes.
Okay.
And now snarge.
Snarge.
Snarge, dude. It's called snarge.
Oh.
I know. You would never. I couldn't even believe that they had a word for it. I didn't even know this. That there are animal life biologists at every airport.
Yes.
You knew that?
I heard that.
Oh, okay.
I heard that.
And that's the lady was saying
But I think that was because you didn't. Isn't that on your? That was on your
podcast.
You linked me to that other podcast. Yeah.
So she talks about snarge.
Okay,
Dude.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
That's
That's what I told Vinny.
that was a rough one, dude.
Educational. That's some dumb shit, and we gotta
Oh.
listen. To. Yeah, get me back up.
Trying to drive around, deliver packages, keeping upbeat, and I'm like, and the wild buffalo will go across the airport.
No,
and we've
no
gotta
buffalo.
stop
There's no
traffic.
buffalo even in it.
Fine.
Muskox. There's
Muskox.
muskox.
Okay.
So snarge, dude, you're messing me up. Back to snarge. Dude, the snarge.
Spit it out already. What is it?
When they hit something. When the airplane hits something.
On the ground.
No, flying or on the ground or whatever they hit. If it's on the airplane. So you know that when they pull in and the crews go around, they get everything ready. They do a walkthrough and they see stuff on there.
Okay.
If they see fragments of something, they wipe it off to take samples of it, and it's snarge. It's called snarge. So there you go, people.
Okay.
There's your education for this episode. Snarge. So
I'm pretty sure nobody learned a thing.
Yeah, snarge. So snarge is
Snarge.
the aftermath of them hitting something, an animal, on the airplane. With the airplane, I should say, not on the airplane. With it.
All right.
So
snarge.
Snarge. There you go. Dude, like the one, they took some snarge and
it doesn't even sound
I know.
right.
So cool. So they took
so they were taking some snarge off of this
They took
wing.
some samples of some snarge off of this airplane, and it had deer in it that it had hit at 30,000 feet. The airplane hit something. Deer.
I would say it was a bird that was eating a deer.
Dude, you nailed it, dude. That's what it was. Right?
Well, I'm pretty sure they didn't hit a deer.
No, but that's what it is. How cool is that? But now that you think of that, dude, what? 30,000 feet.
Yeah,
hit a bird.
What bird's
Is
30,000
that
feet?
impressive or what? Dude, that's what birds fly. They say
man.
when they migrate from from the north to the south or whatever, they'll go up into those. They're going so far that they go up into the air, the different air currents and stuff, and they'll be 30,000 feet in the air. 30, dude. We couldn't even breathe at that high. Not very well, anyways. And then this condor, some sort of condor. I wish I would have wrote that down. They have actually gotten snarge off of a plane that hit a condor at 37,000 feet.
He had places to go.
Apparently, dude. And I guess that's just the lazy train up there. You just get in it and you ain't got to do nothing, dude. Just whips you, teleports.
Yeah, so they don't need that much oxygen because they're not exerting that
they're not
much,
flapping or nothing. They're just cruising. Oh,
excuse me.
Okay, that's all I had for that. I just want to do a little. I had it, dude. Snarge is a cool word, dude. AGL. Now you can just drop some
snarge.
AGL. Be like, yeah, we We were down there. We
Snarge.
went down to Vegas. We were at, 27 AGL, 2700 AGL. I'm gonna start using it. Down at sea level, just get up on. Yeah, we're 20 AGL. We're at 20 AGL. I'm like, what? Yeah, 20 feet above ground level.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's dumb. You're welcome. All right.
Oh.
So this is what I want to do. All right, everybody. We're talking about bucket list. We're talking about snarge. I feel like that's pretty cool. But so for those of you who are listening, we got a little special treat today. Oh yeah. So my man Vinny here, on his bucket list, he talked about he's always wanted to, he likes comedy. He listens to him on podcast. He listens to, I believe it's called Two Bears, One Cave. He went and saw one of his bucket list heroes. I don't know, hero, whatever it may be. You call it whatever. Just somebody he really likes.
He's a performer.
Performer that he
He's a
really
bucket list
likes.
performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so but so those that are listening, maybe that are promoters or whatever you are, like you're gonna get the first
No.
sesh of this. So Vinny, being that I dicked it up the last time and I felt bad for it, we are gonna
Oh,
do.
no.
I did feel bad for it. You better knock the rest of that one down and get another one because we're about to go showtime. So what we're gonna bring you today, episode 12, for your listening pleasure, is Vinny is gonna give us a bit. They call it a bit. So, and I'm not
Well,
gonna interrupt it. I'm gonna, unless it's funny, I'm gonna laugh, and I'm gonna support you 100% of the way, dude, because I think you're gonna knock it out of the park. So Vinny's gonna don't. So I don't want no remarks on this one. This is a raw. This is first thing out. This is his first. What do you want to call it? What do you call it? Mic night.
it would be an open
Let's
mic
do.
night,
Okay,
yeah,
so this is our first open mic night, live,
with no
all
audience.
exclusive on Flapping Your Gums. Here we go. My man Vinny, the stage is yours.
Woo, woo. Thank you. As he said, my name's Vinny. I am from Utah. I have 7 kids, 3 grandkids, and it's been nothing but fun my entire life. I have with me here tonight my second wife. So, yeah, but 3 of those, or 4 of those kids are mine. 3 of them are hers, And I know you guys are sitting there going, "Oh, he's from Utah. He's got 2 wives." That's not the case. No, but we did, and she's been nothing but phenomenal. And we have 1 wife, and it's been nothing but fun. She's great, wonderful, fantastic. Oh, shoot, I can't remember what else she wrote down that she wanted me to say about her. But anyway, so my wife is awesome, but she does have one little bit of problem. She gets on that, I don't remember how to say this the right way. She's on that Pinterest porn. So she does a lot of Pinterest, a lot of HGTVs, DIYs. I get text after text after picture all day while I'm at work. And I ignore about 95% of those. I just try not to. I don't look at them. If I look at them, if I send any replies to her, then that's an automatic green light to go on this next project. She's just got. I mean, we've talked about it in our podcast. I've got projects that are 90%, 80%, 70% done because this Pinterest porn is just nonstop, day after day. And then just recently we started a new one. Like we were going to do yard work. I said, we got to do yard work. It's going to get warm. She's like, oh, I want to do this closet. I'm like, we got 2 days. Like the kids are gone for 2 days. Like we're never going to get this gaming closet done. She's like, oh, we'll get it done. Yeah. 50%, boys and girls, 50%. It's ridiculous. And having this many kids for us has its ups, its downs. It's been fun. They sit here and they whine and cry all the time. We ain't got any food in this house. And I'm like, we just went grocery shopping. We've got food. There's food here. There's drinks. There's food. 2 nights ago, my wife and I, have a little bit extra adult curricular activities, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, man, I'm starving. I need a snack. I need something to drink. So we go into the kitchen and start hunting for food. And I'm opening cupboards, and I'm opening cabinets, and I'm opening the refrigerator, and I look in the refrigerator, and I'm standing there. I just start laughing. I'm just laughing in the refrigerator. She's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, these damn kids are right. There's nothing to eat in this house. We end up making like quesadillas and call it a night. Yeah. Our grocery order just went up $50 a week. So we had snacks in the house for us. So no, it's been great. That's what I got.
All
That was it.
right.
Those are the ones I wrote down.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I
went a little fast.
I
I know we can.
I didn't get the time. I should have timed
this
you.
all we
No,
want.
I'm good. I liked it. I should have timed it. That was my bad.
So,
But I think like on
No.
mic night, I liked it, dude. There was some funny stuff in there. Good job.
open
Vinny.
mics 3 minutes.
Okay, so I think
you got 3 minutes.
I think you were under that. I would guess because I know when I did look at it, it was like 48, and we're not to 51 yet. But I'm not sure
No,
if we were at 47 something or if nice, dude.
no,
Good
it's
job.
fine. I went fast. I could feel I was going fast. I tried not to look at you so that it wasn't like I was talking to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I was trying to get that, and I didn't. I didn't feel like I was standing in front of a crowd of people. But
Well, because you
hopefully-
weren't. Yeah.
I'm not.
You
but,
are.
it'd
You
be
will
something
be sort of like it'll be a crowd of people on Tuesday when I drop the episode.
when you put it out
But
there.
at least,
yeah. And the comments are great. Like some of that, like I've been trying to figure out how to make it flow. Like I've listened to a ton of comics,
Oh.
and like you said, there's a way to make one part flow into another part to go into another one. When I first wrote it down, I didn't have that at all,
Yeah.
and it was like, ugh. But yeah, Emily did kind of. I went over it, and she was like, "You got to make it flow better," and she really did put in how many greats she was and how awesome she is.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and all
That's
that.
good. I'm glad.
Well, she might. Okay, she only did it like
Yeah.
once, but I added to
Perfect.
that.
That's how you nailed it out of the park. That was good. You were like, oh yeah, what did she tell me? I had to say how great she was. Like, it's perfect. That was a good stellar one. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's I got little notepads
I think
with
so.
some things written in them.
Yeah, and so I think what we may do is I feel like maybe this could be like an episode thing, like a segment. So we're gonna do
Okay.
a segment of Vinny's bits.
Open mic nights with
Vinny's
bits. Oh my
Vinny's
gosh.
little bits.
I'm at.
Oh, man. That's what it's gonna be called, dude.
That's perfect. Vinny's little bits.
What was that?
Oh
Vinny's
gosh.
little bits, and then we're just gonna drop it in. So perfect. So now, yeah, you just and I because I feel like that just gives you practice, right? That's what them guys do.
Oh, of course.
They had to have
No,
just.
my heart was racing.
Yeah, dude. I can only imagine.
Well,
like,
they do.
I was nervous
they'll
for
do-
you because you were all, and I'm like, oh, that's for real. Like, I know you're going.
I
I'm just
felt
kidding,
it.
but
I felt
my
it get
body,
hot.
my skin temperature just went up 3
It
degrees.
just went up high, and I don't wear a hat. This hat is
This
holding
is
all
what
the
it is.
heat in.
This is my hat. Dude, I'm not comfortable right now. I need to be bald with my head out.
No, the hat didn't bug
Did
me
it
at all. It
sweat?
was-
Did your head sweat? You got
Yeah.
back sweat, hairy, like the sweat running down the
No.
hair?
My ears. Oh my gosh,
I got sweaty.
dude.
Okay, people,
is
there's
sweat.
your part of your bit. Like, all right, I might be a little nervous, so my ears sweat. When I get
Gotta get
nervous,
some
my
fanning.
ears
Yeah.
sweat. No, that's
No.
good. Yeah.
I
so
mean, there's
think,
probably stuff I missed in there.
yeah. So we'll
but
just
it's
keep.
all
We'll
good.
keep. That's it. Vinny's little bits. Vinny's little bit is what we're gonna have.
Vinny's little bits.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that's perfect. I think that's.
I'm gonna
work
put it on
out.
my notebook.
Yeah. So I think then we'll just keep. We'll give you a little 3-minute segment, 4-minute segment, whatever it is, as
Oh.
you kind of. We want to do. We'll start out 3 because that's
We'll
what they
we'll
give
shoot
you.
for 3.
That's what they give you. So we'll say 3. Because those dudes, you know how many they go to like you're saying, the open mic night and stuff like that. So that'd be epic, dude. Like, we just
So,
keep doing this,
yeah.
and then you get it rolling, and you
Comfortable.
get comfortable, and you got
Yeah.
the whole thing, and then just you
When
can
I-
take stuff out, put stuff in, and kind of do that transition thing, like we're talking about there. That they do, And then that way, when you
Right.
get up for your open mic night, just
Hopefully,
gold
I'm more
bonded
prepared.
up. You can put some in your ears, put some gold bond in your ears, dude, and then just come out and just hit it with gold bond. Poof. And it's just, they're like, what the? And you're like, gold bond medicated. And then you
all
go into
4
your skit.
podcast listeners will know what that
Yeah,
is.
dude. Everybody knows. They're like, wait, because wrestlers come out, spit the water in the air. I always chalk up at the gym and smack my hands together. I've noticed, because every video, since I'm
LeBron
having to
James.
do, no, mine is every time. It's the weirdest thing. I never even
I
noticed
clap
it.
mine together
Yeah,
too.
so
I
all
know.
the videos since we've been having to record, because all these qualifiers,
Yeah.
I'll go chalk up and go over there and pop. I smack my hands together, and then I get ready to do my lift. I'm just like,
You're packing it in
I
all
don't
the
know
little
what it.
all the
Yeah,
little
maybe I
pores.
think there's too much on it. I don't know. Whatever it is.
You don't. Well, the problem with having too much chalk on your hands, as soon as you throw your hand up on that bar to go do a pull up, all that excess stuff
It's all in my
falls
face.
right in your face.
Gets
Right in
in
your
my.
face.
Okay. Time. Can we restart the clock? Because I got to. Yeah. Good, dude. I liked it. That was rad. Good job. That was cool.
Oh,
So now we
thanks.
got Vinny's little bits. Vinny's little
Vinny's
bit.
little bit.
Vinny's little bit. We're gonna start throwing it in there. I better write that. I keep messing it up, but put Vinny little.
I wrote bits.
No, I think
you're gonna do bit or bits.
bit, because it's
Vinny's
each
little bit.
time. Vinny's
little bit.
little
All right,
bit.
I'll scratch off the S.
Just because I think you're not doing bits. It's just the one, right? Plural.
Well,
It'll be more if you did
yeah,
like a CD. If I don't even know if they do those anymore.
That's-
It'd be more if you had your own podcast.
So what they call a bit. So the Pinterest is a bit. Like if you listen to like you said, I listened to Two Bears One Cave. He's like, I'm working
Wait,
on
did you
this
say
bit.
Pinterest?
Two Bears One Cave.
You said
when
Pinterest.
I did the Pinterest part.
Oh, I follow you. I'm following. Yep.
When I did the Pinterest part is the bit. Like my intro with talking about my 7 kids and second wife.
Mormon
Like
style.
that's a bit. Each one of those is a bit. So the entrance, the Pinterest stuff and DIY stuff is a bit, and then the kid stuff is a bit. So you try to make them longer, shorter, get the right words in each bit, but then make those bits hook together.
Okay.
So this was a set. Like I did a set of 3.
All right. Well, it's gonna be
But
Vinny's
bits,
little bit.
no, Vinny's little bit.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Because these bits sucked.
No, dude, it was good. He started out. That was a good one. I liked it. I mean, how do you follow up snarge? I'm sorry, I shouldn't even have started with that. I feel bad again.
That is an issue. Some of these comics have. They're like, I don't want to have an opener that's better than me because when I go out, I'll bomb.
I shouldn't have done the snarge thing.
They're like, bring the other guy back out.
Swalls,
I can't top
swalls
snarge.
and snarge. AGL. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so then I was listening to the one, dude, when we were talking about that. Dude, these dudes, they had these dudes back east, got a 62-pound beaver. Yeah.
Who got it?
Dude, some guys that were
trapping?
Out chasing beaver, dude. 62-pounder, dude. She has definitely not been drinking water bottles, that's for sure. Maybe she had been drinking out a lot of water bottles, so her taint shrank. So there's a 62-pound beaver, dude. Just drops that thing. Oh, that would be scary. Can you imagine seeing a 62-pound beaver? Oh my!
Well, they don't go very fast, do they?
I hope not, dude. What if it got you? What if a beaver? What if a 62-pound beaver sat on your face, dude? I don't even know, dude. It would attack you. Huge teeth. I don't know if they got teeth or not. Lips. Their lips are probably huge, dude. I mean, I can only imagine what a 62-pound beaver. So, yeah, man. Oh, I'm dying, dude. So legit. So it's like, yeah, trapped it, all this stuff. When they got it, it had a 22 bullet in its skull, mushroomed.
Dude, that's pet cemetery stuff.
They said it was in there when they cut up it was mushroomed. So somebody probably, it was in the water and they were like, shot it with a 22 and was like, oh, I got it. oh yeah, let's go get it. Let's go find it. And they're like, where is it? And the thing, it was so big, his skull was just a big old thick skull and just mushroomed this 22 hollow point in its head. And then the skin grew over it.
Oh,
And it just
dude.
kept carrying on life, dude. It's freaking
Did they
nuts.
give it to science or anything?
I'm sure, yeah, they probably took in, the skull and all that stuff.
They put it in the
turned
movies.
Yeah.
Zombie
yeah,
Beaver
dude,
2.
no doubt. Yeah. Yeah. With that right up there with that cocaine bear or whatever that movie was
Oh
that
my
came out. Oh gosh. Man, they're running out of ideas, dude. Yeah. Just start throwing. But yeah, so oh man. I think that was good. Yeah.
Well, thanks for allowing me to do that.
Heck
That was
yeah,
fun. I'll
dude.
work a
Heck
little bit
yeah.
harder and get some more.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep dabbing in there, but hey, I mean, let's wrap it up too, just because it's getting late and stuff. But uh, I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I hope I had some
Dude,
type of
that
background here
background.
instead of my shower curtain, Sweeney. You know,
So I think I
I've
think he
been
called
looking
it
into
a
it.
jizz curtain, but I mean
He
it's one of
did,
those things,
but
dude. So Vinny gets
nobody
this.
else knew that until
Vinny
you
gets
say
this
it.
video,
But
dude.
whatever.
Why not? So Vinny gets this. We had a watcher, a, a follower, a subscriber. What do you call? I can't remember now.
Yeah.
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 We had, and so they're like
A subscriber.
subscriber, and so he sends me this video, and it's like, dude, what is this? And he's like talking about our backdrops, and he goes, and you got Vinny over here with
Yeah.
with his shower curtain jizz on it and this, that, and the other. And he's like, and so yeah, America over here, and then you got it's Vinny just out in front of his jizz curtain. Dude, that was the part that got me. I was like, I gotta send that to you. It's great. But it just so everybody knows that's not a shower curtain. Yeah.
No,
We can leave it at
is,
that. We don't have to. It's just not a shower curtain. So just
It's
relax.
not a
There's
shower
no
curtain.
jizz on it that I know of. If you probably,
a-
yeah, we're never gonna have a black light episode in case anybody's wondering.
Get
Yeah, that'll never happen. We're not doing that episode. Maybe later on. I
Oh
don't know.
my
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one with Vinny's little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, dude. It was great.
All right, guys.
It was great having you, man. I'm glad we got to get on and do this, and good job on your
I'm glad you made it
on
with
your
your throat
bit.
there.
Yeah, I've been eating cough drops, so it seems to help as much. But I need to get some sleep for sure.
All right, buddy.
All right, so
We'll talk
all right,
at you
man.
tomorrow.
Love you, bro.
Love you
All
too.
right, guys.
Bye.
Peace.